Hello and welcome back to Says Stoner. Today's topic: drugs are illegal because the government owns you. It is claimed that drugs are criminalized so as to protect the citizen. But I think that being a human being, a person should have control over all aspects of their life. What they take in, what they take out, what they decide to do. If you decide to put in drugs into your system, that should be your business. I think freedom should be granted to a human being, maximum freedom, as long as what you are doing does not affect the next person, does not affect your neighbor, which is why smoking has been banned on buses, in public spaces. I think those are good moves. But I think it is an infringement on a person's fundamental rights to deny them the pleasure of doing heroin, the pleasure of smoking weed whenever they feel like it. It really shows that we are owned by governments. We are like their property, since they can dictate that on us. Who are they? What gives them the right to stop me from doing what I want? I know the effects that these things have, and if I decide to do it, it should be my business. If I have the right to life, I have the right to choose even actions that may lead in me losing that life or having a lower quality of life according to a certain person. I'm not advocating for drug use. I myself am like 4 months or 3 months clean right now and I'm enjoying it. But I understand why a person would choose to take drugs and even make it their lifestyle. People should be free to do whatever they desire. That is what freedom is all about. The right to live guarantees the right to die. If a human decides to go down the path of drugs, allow them, since it only affects the user. I think drugs are actually illegal because they change one's outlook on the world. The government needs productive citizens who go to work, pay taxes, and contribute to the economy. And you don't have to ask too many questions. The government needs you to be a sheep and just be a cog in the system. Once you take drugs such as heroin or weed, you begin to contemplate whether the daily grind is really worth it. Upon taking my first puff of kush, I realized that a life was all about working so that I could afford a place and I could pay rent, to have a roof over my head, enabling me to go to work in the morning. I work so that I can have food on the table to keep me strong enough to go to work. It's really a vicious cycle. What's the point? It became evident to me that once you ponder on those facts, you realize that anything humans do, outside of working and sleeping and eating, is an attempt to find a distraction to the mundanity of existence. People get married so as to have a good support group and to perpetuate the mundanity of life on their offspring. Once I started to grapple with these facts of life, I gained an understanding as to why people throw their lives away and wallow in heroin addiction and other forms of addiction. Life is inherently meaningless, and I think that if a human finds a way to do his time in comfort on this planet as painlessly as possible, the government and society should not intervene. Live and let live. This has been Says Stoner.